The advisor to Russia's defense ministry has suggested that once the war in Ukraine ends, Russia should consider buying advanced electronics, avionics, radars, composites and specialized materials from India, where Russia faces shortages due to sanctions. Despite the red carpet welcome and B-2 bomber flyover, the much-hyped Trump-Putin summit in Anchorage, Alaska ended without any deal on Ukraine. Critics say that the meeting boosted Putin's legitimacy while achieving nothing substantive by the US. Pakistan has once again extended the NOTAM for its airbase, whose runway was severely damaged by Indian missile strikes in May 2025, and the runway will remain closed until 22 August. While the Pakistani army admitted to only 21 fatalities, Pakistan news website Sama TV reported that Pakistan Army has awarded 146 awards for bravery and sacrifice, but they later deleted the article amid pressure from Pakistan Army, raising questions about transparency. Indian missile strikes have incurred losses of around $3.2 billion for Pakistan, which is a crushing blow to Pakistan both strategically and economically. Despite strained ties following Trump's 50% tariff on India and Washington's growing military outreach to Pakistan, India will host two key defense meetings with the US this month to discuss faster military hardware purchases. Hyderabad-based Brightcom Group has launched Brightcom Defense, dedicated to develop next-generation swarm drones for synchronized deployment of multiple autonomous drones in complex large-scale defense missions. Hindustan Aeronautics has completed an extensive 2-week-long maritime testing of the Dhruv maritime advanced light helicopters, and the data will be submitted to the Defect Investigation Committee by the end of August, that will recommend targeted corrective measures to restore its operational reliability. Experts have said that to counter Pakistan's upcoming army rocket force, India must avoid relying on expensive surface-to-air missiles, and instead develop low-cost interceptor rockets with a 50 km range, optimized for mass deployment against low-flying threats. They emphasize that a layered defense network pairing these low-cost interceptors with early warning radars will be essential to blunt saturation attacks while keeping defense spending sustainable. According to latest media reports, the DRDO is developing an air-launched variant of the Pralay short-range ballistic missile. The Pralay is 1 meter shorter than BrahMos missile. That will make adaptation easier, but weight reduction will be critical. If successful, the Pralay air-launched missile will fly on a quasi-ballistic trajectory at hypersonic speeds with terminal maneuvers to evade interceptors, significantly boosting India's strike capabilities. The Ministry of Defense is pushing for Indian Air Force participation for a land-based variant of the TED-BF aircraft, offering superior strike and air superiority capabilities over single-engine fighter jets. The Navy's original demand of 140 TED-BF has already dropped to around 80, due to budget cuts and reduced aircraft carrier plans, and by involving the Indian Air Force, Defense Ministry plans to secure combined orders of 150 aircraft, making the program more cost-effective. The chairman of Hindustan Aeronautics has said that the recent decision to outsource complete Tejas Mk2 aerostructure and airframe manufacturing to the private sector has effectively created an invisible fourth production line for the program. Private firms will supply fully finished sections, while HAL focuses on integration and systems assembly, raising capacity to 30 aircraft per year. He also said that outsourcing for the Tejas Mk2 will go deeper, as private firms will deliver entire sections complete with subsystems, line replaceable units, electronics and fuel lines, further reducing production timelines. Today's top 3 comments.